How's it everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE Fastlane 2018 pay-per-view review. Of course, Fastlane was a SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view event that took place live on the WWE Network as well as pay-per-view tonight. And overall, for a show that I continuously bash going into it, whether it was on Twitter, my predictions video, wherever I may have been, I continuously bashed the show, making sure that people knew that I didn't care about the show. I was completely disinterested. I thought it was going to be a garbage show overall. And coming out of it, I can honestly sit here and say that I was wrong, and I thought it was a pretty damn good pay-per-view. Honestly, I had a good time watching it. I thought every match, besides one match, was pretty much on that good level at least. The main event was absolutely insane. One of those chaotic matches where it's just all over the place, and I was loving every second of it. Just an overall fun pay-per-view, and I thought it was definitely a good way to go in WrestleMania. Definitely was better than the Elimination Chamber. Definitely enjoyed it a lot more than the Elimination Chamber from 2 weeks ago from Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I mean, I ate my words. Like I said, I completely buried the show going into it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if it was because I had such low standards going into it, that's why I enjoyed it that much, but nonetheless, I thought it was a pretty damn good pay-per-view, and definitely, it was probably the best SmackDown Live pay-per-view, honestly, in quite some time, and I know it's the last one, but this definitely was a good way to go out for the brand pay-per-views, if you ask me. So yeah, Fastlane, for me personally, gets a thumbs up. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. Before we go to the pay-per-view, of course, we had the 1 hour kickoff show, 1 hour prior to the pay-per-view, which ended up having a 6-man tag team match with Dillinger and Breezango taking on Mojo, Rawley, Gable, and Shelton Benjamin. This was a whatever match. Nothing, really too much going on. You had Fandango imitating Gable with the headset gear. Gable and Benjamin ran wild for the most part. Mojo Rawley got in the ring, crowd chanted, "You can't wrestle him." He pretty much ran wild. Dillinger with the hot tag, hit a variation of tiebreaker for the 1-2-3 victory. So Dillinger and Breezango get the win on the kickoff show. Not really too much to talk about in that match, or just the kickoff in general. So that was that. But going to the main show, opened up with Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Rusev. Aiden English coming out and rapping for Rusev, which I thought was absolutely awesome. I thought he definitely did a great job rapping. Even had the Happy Rusev Day on the mic. They're going full in with this whole Rusev Day thing. So, hey, if it benefits him, it's great. So, Nakamura and Rusev opened the show. I thought this was a damn good opener. I thought the closing moments of this match was really good. I thought for the most part they still told a good story. It was slow and the progression was slow, but the whole leg situation with Rusev and Nakamura eventually getting the leg. I thought it made for a good match, and definitely for a hot opener as well. The crowd was really into it, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this opener. Right from the get-go, Rusev was pretty much playing that, he wasn't having it. He was kind of just walking on ringside after him and Nakamura were pretty much, locking it up, and Nakamura did the whole "come on" thing, and Rusev pretty much said, "I'm done," whatever, walked around, got back in the ring. Nakamura took control, was pretty much getting the upper hand over Rusev, and then eventually Rusev got the upper hand on Nakamura, put him in some various submission holds, put him into, Nakamura was able to counter into a guillotine. I forgot what he was trying to do him. What Rusev was trying to do to Nakamura, but Nakamura put him into a guillotine, but he was able to counter into a side slam, which was a nice spot right there. You had some nice stuff with Nakamura and locking the heel hook and Rusev's left leg, and Rusev played into that where he would try to get him a scoop slam, but he couldn't do it because his leg would give out. So I thought the progression of the leg injury Rusev was selling, I thought was great in this match. Nakamura looked really good. Was going for the Kinshasa, and they definitely built up the Kinshasa finish a handful of times where Rusev actually pretty much obliterated. I can't speak, but you know what I meant. There's some words where you ever had that problem where you try to say a word but you just can't say it for some reason? I'm having that problem right now, but you know exactly what I mean. Just pretty much destroyed Nakamura with a super kick, and I thought that was it right there. He pretty much annihilated his head, but that was a nice near fall right there. I went for the accolade. Nakamura was able to counter into a sunset flip, which was a nice, again, near fall right there. And then finish came with Nakamura. Was about to be put into the accolade. Rusev was about to lock in the accolade. Nakamura slips out of it, hits the Kinshasa back of the head, hits it from the front. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura defeats Rusev. Like I said, damn good opener. Really enjoyed this match right here. Definitely was a good way to start the show. It was slow, but the last half of the match, the last couple minutes, were very, very hot, and definitely made for a hot finish. So definitely enjoyed Rusev and Nakamura opening the show. From there, I'm going to the United States Championship match. Bobby Roode defending against Randy Orton. I'm seeing this match with a lot of mixed reviews. This match, to me, is one of those matches where it definitely represents an old school style match. Which I mean by that is this was definitely a slow, methodical, psychology-based match. And I feel like a match that happens like this nowadays don't get appreciated. Obviously, the crowd was chanting for Byron Saxton in this match. The crowd did not care. People on Twitter I saw were saying this is boring, and I understand where people are coming from, but to me, this brings back those old school matches from like the 80s and early 90s, when matches, almost majority of the matches were like this one, where they were slow, telling a story, and, you know, their spots were meaning things. They weren't just doing these crazy flips or crazy spots for the sake of doing them. They were doing spots that meant something, and it was going towards their story that they were telling this match. So that's why I definitely appreciated this match. I thought it was a really good match. I didn't think it was on like great level just yet, but I definitely felt like, you know, it did drag on a little too long. I feel like they would have trimmed a couple minutes off the match. It would have been a little bit better, but since it went on as long as it did, you know, definitely kind of hurt the match a little bit if you ask me. But right from the get-go, you know, both men were countering each other. You know, we're going for the RKO, Roode pretty much getting out of it. It's a nice back and forth chain wrestling. Just an old school Randy Orton match too. You know, when Orton used to have those, you know, slow paced matches like back in like 2008, 9, and, you know, beginning of 2010, where you just had those slow paced matches, which I know people hated, but I was a fan of them. I thought they were well executed, and definitely was you know, definitely was the case here if you ask me. I thought him and Bobby Roode had a really good physical back and forth match, and like I said, their spots were meaning things. Orton was doing his stomps, you know, both men pretty much doing their signature stuff. He had some nice sequences towards the end, you know, with Bobby Roode hitting, you know, the spine buster Randy Orton hitting the superplex from the top rope, which got a huge pop. You know, both men were able to counter the RKO and the glorious DDT for some nice near falls, or not nice near falls, but like some nice, you know, false finishes where, you know, if you would have hit it, you know, you would have believed that was it. So I just thought there was some really good stuff going on between Randy Orton and Bobby Roode towards the end. And like I said, I just thought the psychology and, you know, the slowly paced, methodical pacing of the match was good. I really enjoyed it for the most part. So that's just my personal preference. Ending was nice as well. Bobby Roode going top rope. Not sure what he's going for. I'm not sure if he's trying to go for another blockbuster that he hit earlier in the match or what. But Bobby Roode off the second rope. But Orton catches him in midair with an RKO for the 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is the brand new United States champion. I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought Orton was kind of in this just do something with him towards WrestleMania, but him winning the U.S. Championship, definitely did not see that coming. You know, maybe I could have saw it happening maybe at WrestleMania, but him beating Bobby Roode definitely shocked me. I wasn't expecting it, but I thought, you know, I said in my predictions video that it's a good direction for the United States title for Randy Orton to hold it. So him having that championship definitely is the best direction for it right now, if you ask me. And then, of course, after the match happened, Jinder Mahal came out, because during the match, Jinder Mahal was backstage watching the match. So I thought for sure when they're showing Jinder Mahal that he was going to come out and cost Randy Orton or cause a DQ or whatever. But he comes out to the match, tries to attack Randy Orton, beating Randy Orton down. Bobby Roode makes a save, hits a glorious DDT on Jinder Mahal. But as he's helping Randy Orton up, pulls Randy Orton up right into a glorious DDT, and hits a glorious DDT on Randy Orton. Just throwing a fit. You can tell he's pissed off, and I'm really hoping this is a heel turn for Bobby Roode, because Bobby Roode definitely should have been a heel from the get-go. You know, Orton should be heel too, but I feel like, you know, Bobby Roode, really, there's no real direction with him as a face. I know he's teaming with Charlotte in the Mixed Match Challenge, but Bobby Roode is one of those people that just need to be heel, and definitely on SmackDown Live where they need more main event heels. They need some faces as well, but I feel like, you know, there's definitely a handful of guys on each brand that need to do some switching, and definitely Bobby Roode's one of those guys. So yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to be a triple threat with Jinder Mahal, unfortunately, at WrestleMania. But, yeah, like I said, I thought this match was really good. Thought it was well-paced. Went on a little too long, but I thought it made for a great moment with Orton winning the U.S. title. And definitely gives good direction going to WrestleMania. So, no complaints about me about that match. Next, we had Becky Lynch and Naomi taking on Carmella and Natalya. Not really too much to say about here. Carmella and Becky Lynch, you know, started the match off. Carmella tagged out to Natalya. Naomi got the hot tag, ran wild on Natalya. Becky Lynch and Carmella tagged back in. Naomi was distracted. You know, Carmella was pretty much trying to get Natalya to hit Becky Lynch with the briefcase. Becky Lynch hit Natalya down, walked into a super kick from Carmella. 1, 2, 3. That was that. Not much to talk about in that match. I'm happy that Carmella got a victory, because I said in my prediction videos that Carmella needs to get credible wins with that briefcase. So I'm glad they did give her a win. You know, I'm kind of surprised they didn't give the Becky Lynch and Naomi, because they haven't really had a win in quite some time. But definitely Carmella definitely is the most beneficial person for getting a victory. So, like, the match is whatever. Really, nothing really more to talk about besides the finish. So, that was that. From there, I'm going to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The Usos defending against the New Day. This was a really good match here. Definitely does not hold up to their other matches, but, you know, there's a reason for it. This match was served for one purpose, and one purpose only, and that was to set up the finish, which was just absolute carnage. Of course, right from the get-go, Usos and New Day are just going at it. One thing I love about this match is that it was different than their other ones, which they've been doing in all their matches. They've somehow been able to reinvent their matches and do something new every single time, and that's what I love about these two tag teams, that they're doing something different. Right from the get-go, these two teams, the Usos were pretty much mimicking the New Day and doing their moves. They hit the Midnight Hour on Kofi for a near fall. Jimmy Uso did the Kofi Kingston boom drop. They're pretty much just mimicking the Usos, and of course New Day mimicked them as well, doing the whole Usos thing, but New Day instead. Hit some super kicks. Hit the Samoan splash, went for the double Samoan splash before that was broken up. Just some really good back and forth action. The match was pretty short, so there's not really too much happening. It was probably like an 8 or 9 minute match, so you didn't really get too much out of it, but what you got I thought was really, really good. Like I said, definitely enjoyed those two tag teams. They went there and tore the house down. Well, they didn't tear the house down, but in the minutes they had, and like I said, just them being different, them pretty much doing each other's moves, I thought was great. And the finish led to the Usos knocking them on the outside, and then them both doing dives over the top rope to splash on the New Day. Everyone was down. As they were down, the Bludgeon Brothers come out and wreak havoc. They absolutely obliterate everyone, taking everyone out. Whether it was getting a scoop slam, whether it was body slamming, they were just taking everyone out. They gave Xavier Woods a power bomb onto the steel apron, or not steel apron, sorry, steel steps. It was just absolute carnage. It was like 5 minutes as the Bludgeon Brothers just absolutely destroying them. And then not only did they destroy him, after they destroyed him, it took like another 5 minutes still showing everyone ringside, them trying to really sell how much damage they did, which I thought was great direction for WrestleMania. You're definitely going to get New Day, Usos, and Bludgeon Brothers for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. I'm hoping that the stipulation, wishful thinking, would be a TLC match. I think a TLC match, especially with the carnage that the Bludgeon Brothers did, would be a perfect stipulation for them. But I'm not really too sure if they'll even add one, but yeah, Bludgeon Brothers just absolutely annihilating them is exactly what they need to do, and I'm just really excited for the WrestleMania match. So, really good match. Like I said, it was short, sweet, but it was different from the other ones, and it had a great direction to build to WrestleMania for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Thought that was definitely a great way to set up for WrestleMania, so no complaints for me about that. From there, I'm going to go to the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair defending against Ruby Riott. Right from the get-go, Ruby Riott comes out by herself, which was kind of surprising to me. Her and Charlotte go out for a little bit. She pretty much tries to go for the right kick right away. Charlotte avoids it. Tries to go for figure 8, but she fights out of it. Ruby Riott puts her in a sleeper. Charlotte just pretty much just dives on the outside with her on her back, just pretty much sacrificing herself to get her off her. As she did that, Riott Squad show up, which I'm like, fuck, here we go. Get back in the ring. Ruby Riott immediately hits a right kick onto Charlotte for a near fall I don't think anyone in the world believed. No one in the crowd reacted. I don't think anyone else in the world reacted as well. So terrible near fall right there. Ruby Riott would work over Charlotte, getting the upper hand. Riott Squad get involved to the point where Becky Lynch and Naomi come running down. So they're pretty much, there to even the numbers. Charlotte and Ruby Riott had a pretty good match for the most part. There are some noticeable botches. Just some of the stuff they're doing just look very, very sloppy and come off very good if you ask me. But I still thought they put on a pretty solid match for the most part. Riott Squad tease sliding in the ring, which prompted Becky Lynch and Naomi to run into the ring. Referee kicks them out. After he kicks them out, he kicks out the Riott Squad, so it's now back to one-on-one, which the match originally was. They got it for a little bit. Ruby Riott tries to hit a Hurricanrana, or a reverse Rana on Charlotte. Charlotte pretty much just throws her into the corner and locks in the figure 8 and submits Ruby Riott right away. So Charlotte Flair retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Like I said, that was a good match. Don't think it was nearly as good as some people liked it, but I still thought it was a good match for the most part. And then, of course, you had the big moment afterwards, which this is a little thing, but I loved it. Charlotte retains. They're showing the replays of the match, and as the replays are showing, all of a sudden you just hear Asuka's music in the background, and they immediately stop the replays and go to the ring because Asuka's coming out. And I thought little things like that, the fact that they had the replays showing and brought Asuka out to stop the replays to show the ring, to me, it's little things like that, like I said, because it shows how unexpected that was. If it was a Charlotte in the ring and the shot on her and all of a sudden Asuka came out, it's like, okay, that's pretty predictable. But the fact that they were showing replays and had her come out, just little things like that make it add more to the moment, if you ask me. So Asuka comes out, does her whole deal, look at Charlotte, points to the Mania sign, and walks away. So Charlotte and Asuka is your SmackDown Women's title match for WrestleMania. That match is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm glad we're not getting Alexa Bliss and Asuka, just because we've seen that match before, and honestly, just no interest in that at this point. Charlotte and Asuka is definitely something different, and definitely looking forward to that match. So, my booking, honestly, for that match would be Carmella to cash in mid-match, Rollins style, and pin Charlotte, thus ending Asuka's undefeated streak without even beating Asuka. To me, that's genius booking. I know some people are like, oh, what a lame way to end her streak, but at the same time, that puts so much heat on Carmella if she did that. And that's just personally what I would do if I was booking WrestleMania, the women's title match. But yeah, Asuka and Charlotte, for the most part, like I said, that should be a killer match, and definitely is something to look forward to. So WrestleMania is just stacking up with these with these matches. I'm really excited for WrestleMania. So, oh man, it's an exciting time. And of course, go to our main event, which was the 6-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles defending against John Cena, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Dolph Ziggler. Right from the get-go, the bell rings. Cena AAs everyone but AJ Styles because everyone's stupid and runs towards Cena, and Cena just picks up AA. That's it. So Cena and AJ go at it for a while until everyone gets back in the ring, surrounds Cena, and pretty much takes out Cena. And then, of course, right from there, it's a pure 6 brawl. Chaos around, just erupting, which, by the way, Shane McMahon was at ringside for God knows what reason. But this is one of those matches where it was just so fucking chaotic, but everything was so good. Right now, not including NXT matches, but right now, I would say this main event is the WWE match of the year so far. This was a tremendous main event. It was all over the place, so many spots. Everyone was just absolutely killing each other. Baron Corbin was just fleeing guys left and right. AJ Styles was just beating everyone's ass. Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler brawled into the crowd where they actually went through the hockey glassing, you know, where they get penalized. They broke right through that like it was nothing. More tension between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, to the point where, you know, Sami Zayn kept his word. Kevin Owens said, go ahead and pin me. And as Kevin Owens was the pin, Sami Zayn tried to cradle him up for a roll-up, and Kevin Owens said, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, just fight forever. They started going at it. They started wheeling each other. Kevin Owens tries to powerbomb onto the apron. Sami Zayn fights out of it, flips him up, pretty much backdrops Kevin Owens in the apron, which I thought was great right there. And then, of course, you know, Shane McMahon's pretty much clapping it on. Sami Zayn gets in Shane McMahon's face. Kevin Owens accidentally super kicks Shane McMahon because Sami Zayn got out of the way. As Kevin Owens is like, oh shit, what I do? Sami Zayn hits a tornado DDT through the ropes onto Kevin Owens. Great stuff right there. John Cena hits a huge AA on AJ Styles through the announce table after Kevin Owens tried to powerbomb through it. Kevin Owens fought out of it, rolled out. Cena's on the table still. AJ tried to charge Cena. Cena picked him up, AA through the table. Styles is done pretty much at that point. Cena's pretty much fending off everyone. He hits an AA on Corbin onto steel steps, which, by the way, apparently counts as pinfalls in this match. Pinfall gets broken up, so pinfall does not happen, which I will say one thing, like one down part about this match was the fact that the breakups for the pins were obviously not timed right. There were a handful of pins where you can tell that it was a clear 3 count, but the person breaking it up just did not time it right. So that was my, I wouldn't say gripe, but that was like the one thing that was very, very noticeable I thought in this match in terms of, you know, fuck-ups. But everything else was clicking real well. Kevin Owens got a nice near fall on Dolph Ziggler once he hit a pop-up powerbomb on Ziggler. Covered him 1-2, but Shane McMahon pulls him out to prevent the pinfall from happening. So Shane McMahon definitely is interjecting himself into this match as Kevin Owens yelling at Shane McMahon. Boom! Hula kick by Sami Zayn on Kevin Owens, go for the pin. But however, Shane McMahon once again pulls him out of the ring. So therefore, you know, Zayn and Owens are not able to get a pinfall because Shane McMahon is fucking everything up. Back in the ring, I believe, how did the finish go? I don't even remember who AJ pinned. My mind's going blank right now because so much happened. But I know Kevin Owens hit a pop-up power. Oh, Kevin Owens hit a pop-up power bomb on Dolph Ziggler once again, I believe, or Cena, one of the two. AJ Styles out of nowhere, springboard phenomenal forearm, 1, 2, 3, retains the WWE Championship, and yeah. Thus, Nakamura and AJ Styles is officially official for WrestleMania. We all knew it was happening, but now it's official that that match is happening. Just like I said, a tremendous main event. Everything was all over the place. There were spots everywhere. Like I said, everyone looked great. Baron Corbin was throwing people left and right. A lot of great counters. You know, Cena was able to was going for an AA. Going for an AA on Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was able to counter it into a famouser midair. Don't know how he did that, but he's able to counter the AA into a famouser. Cena looked really good. Like I said, everyone had a really good performance, and just the crowd was red hot into it. It was just one of those chaotic main event matches where just so much is going on. You couldn't list every single thing because the list would just be endless of every single spot or near fall or whatnot that happened. So yeah, I absolutely loved the main event. I was loving it. The Shane stuff I thought was great with him and Owens and Zayn. Definitely gonna lead to some kind of match at WrestleMania. Whether it's gonna be a tag team match with Owens and Zayn taking on Shane and someone. Sony even threw out the idea of a triple threat with all three of them, which I don't know that they would do, especially considering the amount of triple threats that we're probably going to get already. So, I don't know. A lot of questions are raised about, you know, the Shane McMahon Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn situation. But hey, that's good because it gives you reason to tune in and see how they're going to portray things and how they're going to go in WrestleMania. So, yeah, hellacious main event. And the little thing that I loved about the main event at the end as well is they tried to get a close-up shot of John Cena in the corner. And as the camera went up to him, he just pushed that camera out of the way. Selling the storyline with Cena even more. I absolutely love it. But for the most part, like I said, main event, absolutely incredible main event. Loved every second of it. Chaotic, and, you know, if you know me by now, I absolutely love it. A fucking chaotic, crazy, awesome match like this. So definitely love every second of it. And like I said, I thought Fastlane was a good pay-per-view. I honestly enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't know if it was because I had very low expectations, but watching it, I had fun. I thought the opener was good. Bobby Roode and Randy Orton, I thought was very good. The women's title match I thought was good. The SmackDown tag title match was very good as well. Set up perfectly for, you know, a triple threat match for WrestleMania. The Charlotte Asuka thing was great, and, you know, the main event was amazing as well. So honestly, no complaints from me about Fastlane. Like I said, I thought it was a good show. Really enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please like below. And as always, until next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching the video.